Stream,
It's
stream,
not gonna
stream.
happen. What matters is that people can see it when it goes to Prima.
Yeah, I just need to make sure that it's actually going where it's going and the volume is correct.
Now the cats are excited.
Show me the live stream.
That's
We
correct.
okay.
Sounds good. You want to come sit on this mountain right here next to Mama?
All right, load,
I'll
load,
make you a
load.
new game.
All right.
Hate them both so much. There we go. You're both just sitting on the coffee table. Watching
Okay.
me.
We're almost there, but thank you all so much for joining me.
Yes.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
Yep.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Yeah, of course. Load, load, load. Getting the post out on Facebook. All right. Bam.
Ka-chow.
No, I'm not hiring.
Ka-chow.
I'm not hiring for an
Ka-chow.
event. Facebook, get out of here. All right, that's up on Facebook, so you can share that as you wish.
Yay.
And I'm gonna get it up on Twitter here now. All right. Watcha! As I adjust my things. Well, now that we're live and we're doing all this stuff, how is everybody doing out of all we have here?
Yeah.
We're
Doing
getting
good.
there.
All right.
I got to play Welcome 2 for like 2.5 hours. It's hard for me to complain right now.
Right?
I'm gonna do that every single day.
We got to play. Haven't got to see you do any more floor plans for
I
the.
am doing a floor plan this week.
I know
Absolutely.
you love
I'm only
floor
doing
plan.
one lesson because like floor plan also involves teaching the game.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's not one that people can jump in and out of as much.
Sure.
Yeah. Whereas like out of like our 3,000 Facebook followers, chances are 2,000 of them have played Welcome 2 at some point.
Yeah.
Right.
Hello, can I help you?
So we're just gonna I'm gonna kind of go over introductions of everybody, and then we'll talk about the game that we are playing today, which is Mangaka. But just starting with the screen orientation, we have L from Deepwater Games up there.
Hello.
Go ahead and introduce yourself as I kind of go through.
Absolutely. So my name is Elle. I am with Deepwater Games. I am our director of sales and our community manager. So for example, one of the things that I've been doing a lot lately is streaming some of our games, kind of just like this, because we have quite a few that can actually be played from home without even having to own the game. So I've been doing a lot of streaming lately, and I am excited to stream this too.
Heck yeah. Then we have Nick from Mox Boarding House. Nick.
Hey everyone. I am Nick. I'm the retail buyer for Mox Boarding House locations up in the Pacific Northwest.
Nothing else, just that.
I've been working trying to make sure that we're gonna have inventory when we get reopened and everything. And yep, it's been a very interesting last couple weeks. For
Yeah.
My career.
Yeah, we're gonna with this stream, we're definitely gonna chit chat a little bit. We're gonna have fun, and we're gonna probably talk about a lot of those current issues. And then we have Eric Slauson.
Hello, nice to meet you guys digitally. I am Eric. I'm a game designer. I have a game with L's company, Deepwater Games, called Monstrosity. We've been playing that a lot on the Deepwater Friends and Posts Facebook group. I like drawing games. I've designed 2 or 3 of those. I'm excited to play this one today and draw some silly stuff with these dummies.
That's a good way to describe it. And so, to talk about Mangaka specifically, you all, I'm not actually going to be playing with you. I'm going to just be curating and orchestrating you all in drawing comics. And so the way this game works is that you are all going to be drawing a set of panels over the course of 4 rounds. And I don't know if we're going to play all 4 rounds just yet. We're going to play over the course of 4 rounds, where you're going to have 2 panels, 4 panels, then you're going to go up to 6 panels, and then 8 panels. So, yeah, so we're going to go up. And we're going to have a certain amount of time to draw all of those panels. In the expert version of the game, it's about 5 minutes. In the getting started version, it's about 8 minutes. And we're going to figure out what works for us as we play. On top of that, though, you are going to get a number of obsessions or themes that each of you is going to have, which is going to be something along this line, which the card is backwards, which doesn't help all of you, but this card that I had flipped up says time slips or interdimensional travel. So your comic is going to include these 3 obsessions every single time.
Okay.
And then after the first round, we're going to add trends. So a trend will be something like destruction. So if you will get victory points for adding panels that have explosions or something burning. And those are more on the whims of the general populace. So the things that are really happening right now.
Kids are super into destruction.
Yeah, kids love yeeting things off of cliffs. That's, those will change from round to round. And then the first round will get nothing of that capacity. There are a couple of rules for the game in that you can only use 3 word balloons. So your dialogue, while it is there and can be there, this is going to include things of like having a sign that's a robot, which would fall, like if we're talking about robots, if you had a sign that said robot or otherwise, that's going to count as one of your text balloons. Okay. But typically, like especially in like the 2 and 4 panels, it's not going to be a huge issue. And if we break that rule, I'm not going to worry so much. As I showed all of you in the base game, you will get boards like this that have more paneling on them as the game goes on. But I thought it would be a lot of fun for you all to just sort of draw your panels however you're going to draw your panels. So that's going to be part of the challenge. Just, we're going to add a little bit of extra time for paneling and gutters, because I think that's an interesting component to comic book layout.
As a big old comic fan.
Yeah. And so,
This has my attention.
so points-wise, you are going to get points by ensuring that the obsessions that we draw for you are actively involved in your comic strip each time, because those don't change. You are well known as this artist for the things that you bring to the table. Mm-hmm. And that's the game, mechanically.
Right.
Are there any questions that we have right now?
I want to find out everyone's obsessions.
Yep.
I'm excited.
All right. I am gonna start flipping those over for each of you, because I have all of the cards.
Makes sense.
And so, what I have right now in front of me are 3 different stacks of cards. And so just going from L to Nick to Eric, I'm going to have you tell me, yeah, right? Here's the rules. Eric's on top of it.
Amazing.
I'm going to have you tell me 3 times the number 1, 2, or 3. So it could be 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, whatever. And I'm going to pull a card from each of those stacks to build your obsession. So it's a little bit extra random. So L, what do we got?
1, 2, and 2.
1, 2, and 2. All right. You're going to have time slips or interdimensional travel, like we just said. You're going to have magical girls.
Yes.
And you're going to have a superhuman skill at ordinary things. So you got to incorporate those somehow each time. And I will text you in Facebook Messenger what these are after we get them all set out. So you all have them in front of you.
Down, so no
Okay.
need to worry about me.
All right, Nick, what do we have for you?
Let's go with 313.
313. All right. Ba-da-ba-bow. We've got bling. So some real good bling here. Robots or androids. And food or cooking.
Oh, I wish I had gotten that pile. That's a good pile.
All right, Eric, what are we doing for you?
All right, let's do 212.
212. We've got superhuman strength. We've got aliens. And we have Mahjong.
Cool. Great. Awesome.
Would you, just because we're playing for fun, would you like to redraw? Would anybody like to redraw any of theirs? We'll let you do one.
Draw Mahjong, almost definitely.
All right, I'll give these
I'm real
piles.
happy with my 3.
Give these piles a little bit more of a shuffle. We'll split them back
Nick got
out.
a good stack.
Nick's got a good stack here. All right, choose a pile there, Eric.
Let me go 2 again.
You're gonna go for 2.
Yeah.
All right.
You've been burned before.
This one's not so bad. It is gonna be a desire for immortality.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I still
Concept.
feel like Alien, Superhuman Strength, and Mahjong would have been very much like a Hikaru no Go style.
Magical moment where the alien wins and the human table flips into a whole other galaxy.
Right? Little bit of
It's like Tuesday night mahjong group of aliens complaining about their human world.
yeah. There's that. Like there's all sorts of things it could be, but you're gonna incorporate all of those into it. We've also got a few people, like one person in chat right now. So Game Freak, thanks for joining us. We don't have a lot of people with us, but you know we're doing this for fun. We're seeing what works out.
Oh wait, let me do my share. Thank you
Yep.
for learning the rules.
Yep, you got that on you. And so, for the first one, we have no extra themes. The point is just drawing something that is fun in 2 panels that illustrates all of your obsessions.
Oh boy.
And so I'm going to get my timer set up over here. But the question is, what feels like a good amount of time to draw for? It's going to be somewhere between 5 and 8 minutes. What are we feeling? Not including drawing your panels, what feels good? What does everybody feel they can do?
Like 5 minutes probably for 2 panels, right?
Well, this time limit's going to be set for every other set we do after this, so we're not going to change it.
So at the very end, we're drawing like 8 panels.
You're drawing 8 panels in 5 minutes, because you've got a deadline. You've got a deadline you have to meet.
I also like 5 minutes.
Yeah, because this is gonna be pure gibberish by the end.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to go with 6. So we're going to do 5 minutes plus a minute for paneling time.
Okay.
That way you can get your panels drawn as well. Because you might not just do square panels. You might do weird slants. You might do all sorts of like cross cuts. Who knows?
Sure.
I want to see what we do. This is breaking the standards of the game because we're doing it in a digital medium.
Yeah.
And for those who are at home, if you want to join us and just pick your own 3 themes, that's okay too. But is everybody ready?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and start.
Oh goodness.
I know. Get at it. And then we'll do a whole little scoring round after we're done, and we'll talk about things. I've got a section set up for everybody's scores.
Now, can these be completely different stories each time? Or
Yeah.
Is that a continuation? All right.
They can be completely different stories. You want to keep it, like, again, the point is, like, to have it consistent in, like, the theme component, at least.
Yeah.
You know, person who's drawing One Piece is going to keep pretty One Piece. You might have your filler episodes. You might have your filler mangas.
So does that mean in the ones where we get more prompt, like when we have more panels, we'll have more prompts?
Yeah, so that's where the themes come in. Is you're going to have, like, whatever your storyline might be or the things you're working on, because that's, you know, it's kind of important. And we're going to have, like, a reading phase where we're going to talk about our comics. And then we'll do scoring.
All right.
And when we get to the scoring phase, we'll talk about how scoring actually works. Just make sure you have something drawn on each panel. That's the important thing.
I have something drawn.
Yeah, like having a blank panel, even if it's part...
Some work. Do some work.
It's part of the requirements. I know sometimes like an empty panel makes sense, but you just gotta have something there. And then we're talking about word balloons, sound effects, things like that, onomatopoeia. Those are totally acceptable. So you don't have to worry about using up your word balloons for that kind of stuff. So if you have a fight scene, you're golden. And I'm just over here doing my social media stuff. Getting these things going. We're still trying to figure out like what the opportune times for us are and when
Yeah,
it...
I'm still trying to figure out my time slots too. Like I cut all 2 p.m. events.
Yeah.
from last week, but I did try a 3 p.m. today,
Mm-hmm.
and that went over really well for welcome too.
Okay.
So
What's our time looking like?
You got about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and I'll give you, part of me administrating is me giving you warnings, too, to be like, hey, you've got a minute left, you've got 30 seconds left. That way I'm, not just surprising you. When time runs out, though, you gotta just drop your pen. Like, you are done. Even if you're mid-sentence, that's okay. And again, we're just hanging out. We're gonna spend a little bit of time, when you've drawn everything, talking about what we've drawn, talking about topics. I'm really excited to see what everybody has.
this is gonna be bad.
I'm really excited to see what Eric has, because he has the most generic set of things. But that doesn't mean it's going to be disinteresting, right? Like, it's how we take those spins to make things, like, really cool. I sure hope I posted on the right Facebook page. I was supposed to put on a different shirt, which I might do, like, a set change halfway through.
Yeah, even though we're recording from your bedroom.
Yeah, well, I'll mute my camera. I'll just, turn my camera off. There's no striptease that's gonna happen. I'll go off camera just to be safe. It's a teaser t-shirt of things that are to come. That has nothing to do with today. Alright, you're looking at about 2 minutes left.
Oh man.
Is the pressure on yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay to draw stick figures. Don't worry. It's about the story, not about how good you are at drawing. I'm just over here just double referencing my rule book, being like, am I doing this right? It's been so long. Look at me, the expert of our game, not remembering how to play our game. I also want to have music in the background, but that's one of those things where it's like, oh, I could get in trubs.
Yeah,
I
you gotta
thought
be careful
about
with that.
actually I thought about that earlier today because I did the Welcome to stream alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I could put nice music on in the background like I've been doing with my every single morning I've been doing the pet the cats and drink the coffee, the cat petting simulator
Yeah.
video, and I play music during that, but it's different when it's from your own personal page and
Yes.
there are no repercussions to it actually getting taken down.
Yeah, there's all kinds of extra stuff there. And YouTube is, because we're streaming just to YouTube today to see if that does us better than Twitch did.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the whole Facebook not letting us post videos right now nonsense that both we and Maggie are dealing with. All right, you've got about 30 seconds left.
Oh fuck.
Thankfully, I marked this, language dangerous.
Just knowing the people that you were going to be working with, probably a good idea.
Yeah. All right, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bop, 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 bop.
Okay.
All right.
Gosh.
Okay.
All right, we're there. So, Elle, what do we got?
This is great.
All right. So in the very first panel, we have kind of like a door to another dimension, and then in the
Yes.
second panel, we have they've popped out. And one of them is saying, "Did you really bring lunch back with us from 1670?"
All right.
All right.
I'm excited to see where this goes. Nick, what do we got?
What is the sound effect there?
It says "thwomp."
Thwomp.
That's the noise that's coming out of an interdimensional door. Thwomp.
Oh, nice. Nice.
We have our protagonist making his way down the path towards the Steel Chef Arena.
He has
Oh, I love that.
And I gotta ask,
so much bling.
does the robot self-identify as a man? And is that weird? Are we gonna find out?
We don't know yet.
Come on, Jonah.
I know.
I think it depends on what they're cooking.
Okay. All right. I'm into it. And Eric, what do we got?
Okay,
You look so unhappy.
Alright, so we have a speed dating type scenario here. And in the first panel we have a nice lady on a date, and there's an alien, and he says, anyway, how many siblings do you possess? Because he wouldn't know how to say that correctly. He's got 5 nipples because he's an alien. And then, then in the next panel, she's not into that. She's not like super into aliens. And then there's a vampire over here, and he says, "Hey, yo, girl, you want to live forever?" And she's like super into it.
All right.
You want to live forever?
All right.
Why has no one ever used that line on me on Tinder?
I don't know.
Right?
Like, where's the opening line? Yo, girl, you want to live forever?
I mean, usually it's along the lines of,
Ominous message I've ever received on Tinder was just the message, "Do you have life insurance?"
that's what I was going to lead to, is most of the time you're looking at, so I promise I'm not going to murder you. And that's okay. Alrighty. So we'll talk about scoring briefly because it's pretty straightforward, but I'm just going to read it out of the rule book. So once we've read our comics aloud, which we have done, we're going to award fame. Fame being the victory points for this game. And so you're going to get 1 fame for every obsession being mentioned or drawn, which I think everybody did. I think everybody has all of their themes in there right now. So 3 points a person. You're going to get 2 fame for using no more than the 3-word balloons.
Okay.
So-
You said 2 points?
2 points for that, so everybody's up to 5 because everybody did great. Nyx had no real language in it whatsoever, other than like the Steel Chef. So everyone's doing great there. And then you're gonna get 2 points for drawing something in each panel.
Okay.
So everybody has done that,
Perfect score.
right? So we've got that going on. Perfect right now. Everybody is in a great spot. But you never know. Like, sometimes you might not get that, that solid lead for whatever reason.
I bet we won't.
Yeah, and things are about to change.
Yep. So in the next round, we are going to tell the next part of these stories that we have been building, potentially. Or, like, non sequitur is okay. We're going to figure it out. But
Some slice of life is cool.
for round 2, we're going to draw 2 theme cards. And we're going to keep 1 of them.
Okay. Can we erase our old ones?
Yes. You can erase what you've had so far. But all of your obsessions stay. So these things that you've done, they remain. So for round 2, we're going to draw 2, and I'm going to choose 1. Normally it's the person who has the least fame, but I'm going to do it because I want to punish you.
Well, technically you have 0 fame right now.
That's right. All right. Let's see which of these 2 I want to use. Ooh. We're gonna go with the one that throws everything off the rails for everybody.
Great.
Uh-oh.
Which the theme for this, you don't have to use the theme, but using the theme might get you some marks. So this round's theme is school.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read the card to you because it's got a bunch of stuff on it. I'm allowed to say whatever I want on stream. I'm being good. Thank you for the input, L, on the side. I'm just going to call you out. So, for the school theme, include a school theme for 2 fame. In addition, gain 1 fame for each of the following. And there are 3 extra points that you can earn here on top of the 2.
Goodness gracious.
Okay.
Include the name of a school, a drawing of a school uniform, or a mention or depiction of at least 2 school classes and or activities. Like, I have gym after math. So again, including a school theme will get you 2 points, and you can argue for your school theme. It doesn't have to be, like, straightforward.
All right.
In addition, you will gain 1 extra point for each of the following. The name of a school, a drawing of a school uniform, and a mention or depiction of at least 2 school classes or activities. Again, the example being, I have gym after math. Doesn't have to be in that particular package. It could just be like, oh no, I'm late for math class, and then we see math class. And that would be 2 depictions as far as I'm concerned.
Now, as far as our like obsessions
Yep.
go, if we already established in our first comic that one of those characters kind of hits one of those obsessions, does it really need to be reiterated, or so long as that character is continually included?
You gotta,
still hitting?
you're trying to hit on all of your themes every time.
Okay. So you would still need to somehow reiterate.
Yeah, so it might come up differently.
Okay.
It might be different this time around, but it's still important.
Now, this is also a good question. Do we, like, this is 4 panels, correct?
Correct. This is gonna be 4 panels this time.
So those 2 panels we drew last time, are those like the first 2 panels? Will we redraw those, or these are like the next 4?
These are the next 4 and like whatever might be happening in the story.
Got it.
So things may have jumped from where they were last. So in your case, like maybe we're seeing more speed dating. Who knows? But we are building upon the stuff that we have established.
On the note, now that you've gotten into weird, abnormal speed dating, Eric, I have some
Yes.
script pages I need to send you after this.
Oh, okay.
You'll enjoy.
Into it.
Does that all make sense so far? Are we still on the same
Yes.
page here?
Great.
All right. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to start the timer now.
All right.
And then I'm going to go update the points on the overlay. And hopefully you can't hear...
Limit of 3 dialogue, right?
Yep, 3 dialogue boxes, so it's going to get harder and harder. And hopefully you can't hear my housemates yelling in the background, even though I told them I am doing sound-sensitive stuff. Aiden is doing something to Topher, and I don't want to know what it is. Mostly because it's in the living room. And I'm not okay with that. The other part that I'm at least excited for with this is maybe, just maybe, because YouTube is live, it will save the video for later.
Gosh, that would be nice.
It would be so nice. I'm recording it on my side, but it's one of those where I'm like, ooh. What is this life? Alright. I'm gonna stop my video and go.
You can go have a set change or an appearance change.
Right? Do. Let's find that t-shirt.
Let's find that t-shirt.
That was super easy. Super easy.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
I'm just changing from my Board Gamers League t-shirt from back in the day to a t-shirt that the illustrious Eiji Shishido of Force of Will fame gave me at Gamma.
At this last Gamma?
Yeah.
What a weird time to be alive.
Well, it's because it's not for Force of Will.
I know. No, more so I meant Gamma. What a weird time to be alive.
Oh yeah, no, that whole, as we've already kind of established, that whole show
we talked
was...
about that a little bit.
For those not in the industry, almost all of us, I don't know if Eric was there. I don't know if Eric goes to Gamma.
Eric was not at Gamma this year.
Are you wearing a Toy Story shirt with aliens on it right now?
In the pocket, I noticed that during introductions, and I considered bringing it up.
Well, look at how those themes were just hand selected on accident. But like myself and Nick and Elle were all at Gamma and had a lot of these conversations of what we think is coming next. And now we're here doing goofy things on stream every day forever.
Forever. That is our life now.
There's no escaping it. It's just kind of, it's a permanent fixture. All right, we're at the 3-minute mark. You're about halfway there. I'm so excited to see where these comics go.
So bad.
That's okay. Like, I've been on the monstrosity streams, and let me tell you, as you've both said, like, my artwork is not good. Heck, even the last time I was on and we played, I got dead last.
True. Proud of you, buddy.
Compared to other times where I've, like, won it somehow, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh my gosh, my handwriting is the hardest part to follow out of all of this, though.
That's okay, because you're going to read it to us. I am bummed that Ben has to be in a work meeting, because I know he would be so excited.
Oh gosh, he would be having so much fun playing this.
We're going to have him next week. But this time when we're done, after we're done doing points, we're gonna take a little bit of a break, and we're going to talk about other stuff. Especially because I'm excited to have both a designer and a retailer. What's the word I'm looking for?
Present in the chat.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to think of a word that's like analog, too, because like you yourself, Nick, are not a retailer. You are part of a retailer.
People
You know.
representing every chain.
Yeah.
Or every link in the.
Except for distribution. We don't have a distributor in here.
Yeah.
Are you adjusting your mic, Dick?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, we're at that 1 minute mark.
Oh, I'm gonna fail so hard on this one.
That's okay. It's about having fun and drawing stories. And sometimes you get a card like this, which again, because cameras are goofy and present backwards, school. But it's okay. Next round, we're going to have 2 themes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna get more intense.
Does it keep this theme?
No, this theme goes away.
How does the continuity of the story have a chance?
Your characters just gotta go through it. It's not like they're in the same place forever, like we are. Alright, we're almost there. Gonna have 15 seconds left. My alarm's going off, but I started it a little bit early, so don't worry.
This is just pure gibberish.
Alright, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're there. What do we got, Al?
We have me milking for as many points as
This
possible.
is real bad.
Alright.
I'm so ready.
In the first panel, we can see that they got teleported right into the middle of a lunchroom.
Oh
And-
my gosh.
And you teleported us into lunch at the USA School for Magical Girls.
Okay, okay.
And then in the next one it says, and right in front of Jeff, the hottie from Potions. And then this middle panel is supposed to just be him being lost in food thought, and then her just going screaming, "You are the worst."
Alright.
So we're right in the middle of
This is a for sure manga.
the USA School for Magical Girls.
Alright.
Manga here.
What do we got from you, Nick?
All right. So we have the what was it? Croc Slow High or Croc Stew High bus pulls up, and 2 team members come out in their uniforms, getting ready to go to the arena battle and start cooking with their slow cooker, while the protagonist starts cutting those carrots. They were bringing the first panel up
This is
with a
like-
giant knife.
Alright.
Very intense.
Yeah, this is like the cold open to like a boxing anime where you're just
I
like,
know,
what
it's
is going on? When is the fight? Alright, Eric, what do we got from you? You seem so unexcited, but I'm so excited.
I'm
Sure.
so excited.
Alright, so we have, in this first panel, we are looking into the teacher's lounge. It says the next day, this is Javier's School for Weird Kids.
Alright.
So,
Javier.
this is the staff lounge. And we have our woman from yesterday. She says, it was fine. There was this one guy, and they're both drinking coffee, this lady has like heat vision. She's got a Cyclops visor. She's heating her coffee. And then the next panel, she says, "Have you ever dated a vampire?" Kind of looking at the side. She's blushing a little bit. I can't draw when you're biting your upper lip. Right?
All right.
A little horned up. And then the
All
Cyclops,
horned up.
the Cyclops lady says, "Nah, girl, they only want one thing." And then we cut to her, but she also wants one thing. She said, yeah.
All right.
Also, she is wearing a uniform.
No.
Amazing. Perfect. Yeah, I drew Jeff the hottie from Potions.
I know.
Uniform and everything.
All right. I know there was stuff to remember, so it's a little bit hard. Elle, I got to ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
What is the superhuman skill at ordinary things that's being represented in these 4 panels?
It's still showing him eating the food that he teleported back to 1670 to grab.
I don't know. I don't know if that counts or not.
No!
Is that a superhuman skill? Is that, like, what is that a superhuman skill?
His superhuman skill is opening up the interdimensional doors, and he uses it for mundane things like going to get lunch.
But that's just using the same thing twice. That's not fair.
Fine. I'll concede that.
All right.
I'm also gonna admit I forgot that we were supposed to do that stuff again.
That's okay. Again.
I have desire for immortality because she's super into it. She does want to live forever. She's
Yeah.
super horned up for immortality.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's it.
That's okay. Sometimes you're going to lose the thread. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to have all your themes there.
Sure.
That's okay. But I'm going to say everybody definitely got the school theme, so that's cool.
Yes.
Everybody had a name for their school, so it's going to be 3 bonus points so far. Looks like there were school uniforms across the board, so that's 4 points each. And then a mention or depiction of at least 2 school classes or activities.
I did not have that one.
I
I
did not
said
have that
lunch
either.
and potions.
I know. Elle's gonna get that bonus point there.
I've got it.
But Elle didn't get her superhuman skill, right? So Elle's only gonna get 7
Oh,
points instead of 8
wow.
points this time. Where in this case, like, Nick is gonna get 8 points. Gonna get 4 for the bonus points. Right? Am I doing math correctly?
You got the theme, the name, and the uniform.
Yeah, you got all of your obsessions. That's 3. We got your theme for 2. We got the name for 1. We got the uniform for 1. That is 7. Okay, I can't math. Did I do L's right then?
So I should only have 6 points.
Yeah, L's gonna get 6 points. I did bad math.
You could have a maximum of 7 for the things that you
Yes.
included.
Yes.
Everyone missed 1 point except for Nick.
Nick got...
No, I missed 1 point.
Nick missed 1 point, but...
Okay.
So L's gonna get 6 points to go up to 13. Nick's gonna go up to 13. Eric lost 2 of his,
I did.
but it's getting 4 points. So you're gonna get
Strength.
5 points.
Yeah.
So you're behind by 1, which is okay.
It's fine. That's fine. This is fun.
It's
Well-
fine. It's
It's okay.
fine.
We have
Every-
6 panels next.
You got 6 panels next. But we're gonna take a little bit of an interlude and just kind of chat for a moment, like get everybody relaxed and off their rhythm.
Sure.
Oh, goosey-goosey.
A very JJ Bittenbinder getting the attackers off their rhythm. But
Alright.
I'm gonna ask a question for Nick to kind of start us off.
Oh, sure.
What do you feel right now is the most important thing that publishers and designers can be doing to attend to or be cognizant of the needs of retailers?
Well, one thing I am seeing a lot of in the past few weeks that a lot of publishers are doing is doing a profit share with retailers, which is drastically helpful. Like, our doors are shut. Like, we can't do any sales right now. So being able to work with publishers to get that information out there is fantastic for us. In fact, we've posted a blog post a few times and are keeping it updated with what publishers are doing programs right now.
No.
That help the retailers out so that
But I'll tell you what, I can tell when a retailer makes a post about it because I will get a string of people supporting the same exact shop. So, like,
Yep.
I know that that stuff is working because I can see the results of it.
Yeah, we're seeing the same thing.
And it's fantastic to see, and like that's kind of the beauty of the gaming community and industry for board games and tabletop is we're all in this together. Like we just went to Gamma, we see the same people at almost all the shows.
Yeah, a lot of us were literally like the last people each other got to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
Emma was
and
my
then when
last
conventions start up, we'll see each other again at the next
Yep.
one.
Yep.
But like that's the thing. Like we're very much a community focused industry, and we want each other to succeed.
Yeah.
And so seeing that stuff like the profit sharing, based on like the publishers, you guys are doing fantastic with that, and because what you're selling to distribution, you're still making that money.
Yeah.
Yep.
So everyone is winning with that situation, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, no, everybody's getting a cut, which I think is very important. And I said it in the sense of like publishers and designers because Eric, as a designer, you're in a very unique position where you can't do the exact same things we can do or be in the position that retailers are.
Right.
So what have you been doing, or what do you think can be done from the designer perspective?
Yeah, so what I've been trying to do is work with publishers to try to figure out, for things that I have signed and that are in the pipeline or coming out or already out, trying to talk about which games can be played online. Luckily, a lot of the games I've designed are party games and have this kind of social aspect to them anyway. So it's been a somewhat easy transition for things. But especially for the things coming out, trying to talk about whether we can like do a preview of things like they're doing for floor plan and those sorts of things.
Monstrosity.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, monstrosity. So just trying to get publishers in that mindset of maybe showing their cards a little early for some things, especially if it engages the community. We're in a unique position to kind of have a captive audience right now. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. There's kind of a deafening quiet from the publisher side of as far as like payments going out and answering emails about people who are really interested in looking at prototypes or not answering emails and that kind of stuff. So it's a little spotty, but. So yeah, I've kind of.
It's so hard to like plan for the next like 2 years of our industry right now.
Exactly.
Now a lot of us are trying to figure out how do we survive the next 2 to 3 months of
Yeah.
the industry.
Well, our
Very true.
specifically talking from Japanime, our release schedule is real timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly to steal from Doctor Who.
Jeremy Bearimy. Yeah,
Super
I
Jeremy
was
Bearimy.
Part of our release schedule. Like we got really lucky with Welcome to New Las Vegas. Welcome to New Las Vegas was already on the water before big stuff really started to. Hi, honey.
Well, ours is always nebulous in the first place. And so now,
what I see as a retailer with release dates previous to this, they'd already been almost being retracted by a lot of people because manufacturing is such a weird timing situation right now in the industry because so many games are coming out so often.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And like now we're seeing a situation where like distribution is shutting down.
Yep.
Like if you pre-ordered something from Alliance that's set to release in the next 2 months, like how do you actually get your hands on it, sort of
Yep.
thing.
Sure.
Deepwater is pretty privileged in the sense that we have our own warehouse, so like we're able to do direct orders and everything. But there are a lot of publishers that aren't in that situation.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of publishers where like if they don't have their own warehouse, they don't get to release games for
Yep.
the next 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, even if you have games up for sale somewhere, it's tricky. Like Two Stories is on Amazon, but like they're only shipping like essential items and stuff right now. So even if I'm like, hey guys, this is a great game to play with friends, like I don't know when you're gonna get it.
When
you
will
know?
you actually get your copy? Yeah.
So it's
Add a pack of
interesting.
pencils into your order because that's office supplies and see if
Yeah.
it gets too faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a sneaky sneak.
But it's a really weird place, and I wanted to take the time because we're all doing this all the time. I know Elle and I talk on a daily basis of like, oh, today is so much different than yesterday. Whew.
Right? Like yeah, like Jackson has a little check-in with me every single morning. He's just like, so what's on the docket?
It's because we're doing so many things that are similar. Like it's that sounding board mechanism. At least for me, like L is my go-to.
We're all lost right now.
Yeah. Nobody knows what they're doing.
Like, no one has ever been in this position before. So, like,
Yeah.
if you have, like, any illusion of competition, it's got to come down now because we
Yeah.
have to be able to talk
Oh.
honestly with each other about, like, how to handle this as a community.
To
So I know, like, Jackson and, like, Maggie from Greater Than Games, she's their sales and marketing director. So I know, like, especially the three of us have been talking a lot about, like, what are you trying? What's sticking? What's not? Like,
well, like our
no one of us has enough time on our hands to figure this out perfectly alone.
yeah. Well, and like talking about this, like our stream. Nobody's really watching our stream right now. It's just us talking. But like this video is gonna come up later, and we're gonna see what the follow-through views are on that, right?
Sure.
Because we don't know. We're building out our streaming program as a thing to try and keep people engaged and show retention and see if this is worth our time or
Yeah.
not.
I'm being strong-armed into doing in March a lot of the things that I planned on doing in like August and September of 2020. Like I already had intentions of getting like a regular live stream schedule going and more like how to play videos and everything and like really like emboldening our community in general. But that was all on the docket for like the second half of 20.
Slight adjustment. And it's a weird like thing too because we have this concept of momentum. You know, like I know, like even from the design side, like you show off your game a little bit online, get people interested, and it comes out. You already have a built-in fan base, and then people get it, and then they post pictures, they have it, and it like rolls.
All
but,
of a sudden, all of that is paused out of nowhere.
yeah, and even
That's
if we
what
do,
I'm following as a buyer.
Yep.
yeah, and we do cool stuff now, and it's like, but then what can they do with it?
Yeah.
Like, it's I
Well,
don't know, like,
because nothing's shipping.
yeah, it's weird. So it's just for funsies.
You as a designer already know, this amazing idea that I have right now that I'm currently pitching won't see a shelf for another 12 to 36 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now everything that any designer is working on is just like, how far out ahead should I actually be planning for? Like,
How much
Yeah.
development does this still need?
Yeah.
Yes. When will be the next time I can get to a convention to show this to a publisher? Because
yeah.
When is
that's
the next
how it
convention?
happens.
Yep.
Like, as a publisher, I know that I have plenty of intentions of scoping out games at Origins in June. Because it's hard to scope out games now in Gen Con because Gen Con is just so big.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's so
Crazy.
big.
Bananas.
So, like, Origins has become, like, my game scouting con a lot. I spend a lot of time in the pub room and playing prototypes. Like, Origins has become my new Gen Con in that regard, and
Yeah.
Origins, out of the big three, is the one that won't recover from this year.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love being at Gen Con, but not as a buyer. There's not enough time for
Yeah.
meetings there.
Oh no.
Like, Gen Con, I am purely a creature built to take money from others.
Yes.
That is my one programmed task, and I cannot be convinced to do anything else.
Oh, yeah.
'cause it's
Yes.
that for 18 hours a day.
I mean, no, every company I've been with, my job has been to show up and run the booth and just make sure the booth is as efficient as possible. I don't get to leave. I don't get to go do other stuff. I have meetings in the booth.
Visit my booth on lunch? No. What lunch are you talking
Yeah,
about?
exactly.
I will
Yeah.
eat when I'm dead.
Yeah.
Bye.
Which is not good, but like we might see some changes to that too, though, going forward, and seeing the importance of self-care coming out of this event.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe it's a
It might rubber band back the other way. where-
nothing we see on the other side is going to be what we remember
I
going
think
in.
conventions can't look the same for another 2 years at least.
Yeah.
Like, we might see gatherings of like 5 to 10,000 approved, but
No.
how, until we have a vaccine, can we possibly responsibly as a society allow events bigger than that?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Until at least a vaccine, and the vaccination process is like a year and a half. Even
I mean,
if
unless we can
it is followed to the T.
ramp up the mass production of the masks, and then we can do like cool, like branded masks. As,
Yep.
like little Gen Con masks and look,
All part-
dragon on it or whatever.
All part of your
We get hours over here.
welcome bag, your little swag bag.
Yeah.
Just
Or
get
like
like 5
your
masks.
lanyard. You've got a
Yep.
lanyard,
Yep.
and it just goes up
No
and it's
more
got your name
enamel
on it.
Oh, no more lanyards.
Mask. stars, a new
Your-
item of 20.
Your badge is just your mask now.
That's what